bodega shits that I could find, bro. I loved him, son. The way he carried himself, and then when he started to grow beyond that WWE shit, I was like, oh yeah, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy though. But shout out to the Rock family. Let's get into some music. Some music drop. I listened to SZA. She just dropped a single.
Dropped a single, or I thought it was an EP?
Nah, it's a single.
Okay, what it sound like?
It sounds like SZA, and I love it. I love her, son.
SZA.
Yeah, I love her, son. So hopefully that means that a project is coming out soon with her. Now TDE is back to rolling their lineup out. So hopefully
get prepared for it, because this might be the last rollout. The way these motherfuckers timing be. Jeez. I actually expected a lot.
I guess you didn't hear it yet.
No, I haven't heard it yet. I was actually expecting a lot more music from TDE, especially when they went and got, you know, SZA and
SZA dropped 2 projects.
Yeah, she's been putting out more music than on.
But that's because everybody you pick up ain't gonna be it. She it, you know what I'm saying?
She it. I've never been a fan of Isaiah Rashad.
Yeah, no. And the OGs is it, you know what I mean? But they not gonna drop every day like this. So.
Yeah.
But they have spotted Kendrick out in LA shooting videos, so hopefully that's some music videos for his project, and we get some music from Kendrick.
I'm not excited.
I'm not as excited neither. I'm kind of scared right now. Looking at my shit right here, kind of look like a face. That shit is scaring the shit out of me. But I do need some Kendrick in my life, though. I ain't gonna lie. I need some.
I'm not excited.
I want to hear it.
And it's the same reason what I was saying with like when I was talking about new projects. I just want greatness from Kendrick right now. That's all I want. It's fucking hot.
So you just gonna wait and see what's up.
Yeah, bro, cause he's had me pissed off for a while. I love Damn. I thought it was great. I haven't listened to it in a while, so I'm gonna go listen to it.
Yeah.
But when they put that tweet out when it was like, ain't nobody checking for his music, that shit hurt, bro.
Yeah, that shit had bothered me because I'm like, bro, but
What you?
how ain't nobody? No, that's not what he said. That's what Banks said. Golden State Bucks. Ever keep going crazy. But that's not what Kendrick said. Kendrick said that people are not appreciating their music. So he's not gonna drop music like
that. But that pisses me off.
That's why it pissed me off, because how we don't appreciate your music when everybody begs for you to drop music?
Nah, fuck that. How the fuck you don't know I don't appreciate your music? You ain't never speak to me a day in your life, nigga.
I just hope he was talking to the people, like the pundits and shit like that. The people that be talking shit.
Whatever, nigga.
Because we've been following you. Cole been following you since like late 09, 10. I've been following you since like late 10, 11. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, bro. We love Kendrick music when Kendrick music come out.
When I was listening to all of them and like I said before, Pac Div and Nipsey and who else was out at that time? Don Kennedy, Blue. When I was listening to all them West Coast niggas, and I was on the block, and I had that shit on the MP3, and niggas were like, son, who are you listening to? Yeah, niggas will know one day. Kendrick is fire.
Yeah, so I hope you don't feel like that towards your true fans, because we've been waiting. I still listen. Yeah, I still listen to Pimp a Butterfly.
That's I mean, put that on for the times right now.
That should be on repeat.
I see, and it's crazy because we never talked about that album on this platform, like, because it was, of course, it's out.
It came out before,
yeah. But that's when I think I started to like turn my back on a lot of people. Right. And I started to look at people. In
music or as in your life?
Life. And life.
Nigga said, you don't like this album, you ain't going where I'm going.
You ain't going.
I feel you.
It's real shit, bro. Like, when I was talking to people, I'm like, you don't hear this? Motherfuckers was man, what he was doing, even how he broke the poem down, song by song.
Throughout the song, the whole tape.
Get to the end,
and even talking to Pop,
bro.
Even the meaning of some songs.
Yeah, I think.
And he had a video for every song.
But one fucking tear, dead ass, came down. I said, oh shit.
That album was always like certain albums just sit in my memory. Like I remember sitting in 831, sitting in the living room, laying on the couch, all the lights off, with my stepfather's stereo system just bumping Blueprint 2. Right? I remember that. So that's
another pivotal album.
Yeah, that sits somewhere right here. You know what I'm saying? I remember Kingdom Come because I was in the shelter and that shit on repeat. When I say repeat, I mean repeat.
I hate that.
Street Dreams sits right here. Every day going to school with my yellow CD player. No, I said Street Dreams?
Ghetto Fabulous.
Ghetto Fabulous. Ghetto Fabulous, I mean. Putting that CD inside my CD player, bro, it was like changing my life, bro. And Ready to Die. Ready to Die?
That's the soundtrack of my life.
That was when I went to Puerto Rico for the first time, consciously knowing what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And listening to that album at that pivotal time in my life, it was like, oh shit, this album is it. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm trying to think about something else too. So what's some of your favorite albums?
You said a few of them.
Predator, Ice Cube. That's one of my favorite albums.
Illmatic, Reasonable Doubt, Ready to Die, Life After Death, Double Up, Volume 2, and damn near every whole album, Black Album, couple R&B shit in there. It's not good to say right now, but R. Kelly shit.
I mean, of course.
It's just shit that molded me. This is music.
Alicia Keys' first album always bumped that.
I was listening to a lot of R&B too, man. It was crazy. It was crazy. Bro.
Who else?
Definitely The Pimp a Butterfly though. I feel like the message and the drums, the rhythms, all that shit. Yeah. When you in tune with who you are.
That shit was real musical, that album.
Yeah, man.
And the people he put it together.
What I was saying, it made me even now when I hear people opinions on it, it just makes me look at you a type of way. Because that album is about us, for us.
He down to the cover.
Look at the cover. He said, look at this shit. I ain't trying to listen. Look at me trying to kick that bullshit, Sharif. I'm like, boy, what the fuck are you talking about?
Bringing you along with his mission, bro. Like, with his story. Like, I don't understand what you mean.
So
he is.
When I hear people say, nah, I can't, I'll be like, you don't get it, and you going forever remain where you at.
When we compare that shit, cause he reminds me more of Nas than J. Cole does.
Neither one of them remind me of Nas.
Probably not musically. Is the person, cause like
Kendrick reminds me of Big.
You know how they.
His rapping, the way he challenges bar structure, the way he not how he raps. Well, in the sense of how he raps, it's not orthodox. He challenges the bar structure, bro. He breaks that shit. Only nigga that I really knew that did it like that was Big.
I agree with that.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't have to. You don't have to.
I hear it. I could play you a video where they break that shit down, bro. Well, I know I wasn't bugging. Because they don't follow that bar structure. They break that shit. 4 bar, 8 bar, 6, they run through that shit. Press through that shit too. Easy do it.
Damn, that just made me quiet. I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, I know. Watch the comments on it. If somebody see this, they'll tell you.
I just meant like by.
That ain't the pattern.
I just meant like by what his music stands for, like
that
consciousness and shit. But the person he is, he's hood to the core. Like how we were saying about Nas, like they know who they are and where they came from.
In that sense, I see.
And that ain't never gonna change. You know what I'm saying? And like J. Cole is more whole
vibes.
Yeah, like I'm chill, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the therapist, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody can talk to me. Yeah, I'm hood. I don't really promote that shit too much. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I see what you're saying. Like,
I don't know. It's
musically.
The person that they are, I guess, I don't know. It just feels good to know that there's some artists from quote unquote per se our era. You know what I mean? Like the era that we seeing right now, the 2010s and shit, that there's some artists that can fit into that all-time list. Yeah. They could. If you put them in the 90s or the early 2000s, they would have been able to do something. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. At least 2 of their albums would have stood out from their career. You know what I mean? Something like that. Because J. Cole would have been fucking with Digital Planets and all this extra shit and still been... You know what I mean? With Jermaine Dupri or something. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. Because if you could go into...
I actually look at it a little different. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, if you could go into different eras and do it, then cool.
I look at it like this. Thank God for the internet. Because without that, we wouldn't have these artists.
You wouldn't find a South Carolina artist. You know what I'm saying?
Carolina, as bad as it is, where it's so many artists that get in. But I don't look at it like that neither, because if they could get in and sustain, that means they have a fan base, so they should be there. Yeah. Everybody should be given that opportunity to build. And I think that's what happens. And not this shit, but it started probably with our artists, like, you know what I'm saying, 10, 11 years ago and shit. So it's good to see that, because we would have been still being fed artists. You know what I'm saying? So
everybody thought Dirk was gonna drop an album, but he just dropped a single. I think what is it called? The Voice of the Future, or The Voice, like some shit like that. It got The Voice in the title, but I like the song.
Protect Dirk, man.
Yeah, nigga protect himself.
Crazy.
That nigga crazy. But that song is hard. I like that song. Bryson Tiller just dropped a single too. So,
single?
Yeah, hopefully he should be dropping something soon.
Damn, Bryson Tiller.
And he dropped a photo with a dude carrying a big ass Jansport with mad shit in it. Mm-hmm. And he was like, Bryson Tiller's unreleased music, like making fun of it, like, bro,